Welcome, ladies and gents, to another casted game. It's been a long time since I've casted an Age of Empires 3 game, especially because this is on the live ranked ladder right now. So, got no idea what the outcome of this one's going to be. And we've got two very interesting civilizations here. So, let's introduce both of the players. So, on the bottom right part of the map here, we have Gigaruga. That is a sort of a joke on Dairuga's name, a very well-known player. This is not Dairuga. They do have the M Falk clan, and I believe that's like the Free Food Party, or it's Sheikh's clan. I've got a feeling this is Batu, potentially. Can't confirm or deny Batu. I've never seen Batu play Ethiopia, so who the hell knows. Anywho, on the top left part of the map, we have Indian player here, Testo Burn, and I've heard of Testo Burn before, and they are playing in the Cyan here. So it'd be very interesting to see how this one goes down. Are we going to see some water play? We do have access to water here, ladies and gents. We do have some whales. I am just going to turn my volume down a bit because this game is a little bit loud for me. I'm going to turn that down a little bit there. All right. So India is a very interesting civilization, wood-centric civilization, going to cost you wood to make villages. That is one of the key things about them. And something great is that in the Second Age, you have access to pretty much all variants of units. You have dragoons, you have skirmishes, you have heavy infantry. You also have like pike-type units, which are the Rajputs. You have access to everything. So you're very, very versatile in the Second Age, and that makes India pretty darn good in the Second Age. So let's have a look at the deck here. It is the anti-W, the anti-water deck that Testo has gone for. And we can see that we do have two caravels, a frigate. Everything else is pretty standard. We do have double Mahout or Mahout shipments here in the Third Age. That's take it or leave it, to be honest. Some people do, some people don't. Interestingly, we have double Urumi style shipments in the Fourth Age as well. And there we go. All right, let's move over to Gigaruga here. So Gigaruga, we think he's Batu, but I can't confirm or deny that. Maybe someone in chat can, but it's Gigaruga that we know. And Ethiopia is a very interesting civ that I do understand as a civilization, but it is just kind of crazy with the Abans, with the livestock market. I understand Hausa more than Ethiopia. I've always struggled with Ethiopia. But let's have a look at the deck and see if we can make some kind of sense out of this. So Gigaruga here has the age up just on the way, and this is the deck that we have. Pretty standard from the last time I saw an Ethiopia deck. We have a lot of unit shipments in Age 3, of course. We've got some interesting ones here. The Iyasu Reforms, which is all villager gather rates are improved. That's pretty nice. And we do have an interesting Italian firearms here, where we get 3 little bombards, and there's some good extra area attack effects on that one as well. All right. Let's have a quick look back over to Testo here. So Testo is going for an agrifort, defensive agrifort, expecting probably a rush. You can rush with Ethiopia. They're pretty well known for like Shotel and the Gascania. Age 2 pressure can be a thing from Ethiopia. Fast Fortress can be a thing from Ethiopia. Many, many things are possible. Looks like the age up's going to be both pretty much coming in at the same time. We have the Habesha upgrade here. Age up here. Not too sure what the Habesha is, going to be honest with you guys. It would be good if you could hover over the age up and it gives you an idea of what Habesha actually is going to provide you when you age up, but we don't see that. Something interesting we do see, though, is a trade post in transition for the Indian player here. So this is something that people do. It's like a half and half, really, with Indian players. I don't do it. I don't put a TP down myself, but it's something that people do. And we are going to see 700 wood. Sometimes you can go for foreign logging. We don't have foreign logging in this deck. Foreign logging is a little bit more greedy because it takes time for it to pay over time. 700 wood is you get it a lot earlier, but you don't get the dividends that you do with foreign logging. So 700 wood's going to be very, very nice here. And we're going to probably be slapping down a consulate. And we're already queuing up some sepoys here. So let's have a quick look at the view here. And we are going to see some scouting here. Both Ellies are going to go together here. So sometimes you can split them up. But ideally, when you go into the second age, you kind of want to keep your Ellies together because you don't want to lose one of them. So if you are going to scout your opponent, try and use both Ellies for this. And we're going to see what Testo's going to find out here. We do see the Mountain Monastery coming in. And what is going on here? Looks like we are going to be seeing a fast fortress, ladies and gents. First shipment is going to be 700 coin for Gigaruga, and he's already got pretty much all the resources he needs for a fast fortress. He did get the war camp from the Age Up, and he's looking pretty good here. He is going to nab himself a 50 coin treasure as well. So he's going for a fast fortress. A valid strat for Ethiopia. You can get some really good things. You can go and get the Sebastopol mortar. It can be very scary. You can at some point get the Senna horsemen. Scary, scary units. Anything's possible here. We do see the Age Up now coming in. 5 minutes 58 Age Up. And we're going to see a little bit of pressure here. We do see the Mountain Monastery getting put out on a forward position. They have recently nerfed the line of sight that Mountain Monasteries give you. So they're not as good for scouting as a scouting building now. But they're still not too bad, as you can see. Giving some good vision here. So we are going to see snares coming in now as well. So Testo here actually going for an eco play. That 700 wood there. He's dropped himself a dock. He's got his consulate. He's going Ottomans, which is pretty standard. Continuing with some sepoys. Probably wants to think about getting some market upgrades in. Yes, we do start to see some market upgrades. I'm going to be very interested to see how he deals with a fast fortress timing here. Is he aware that that is what's going on? I mean, he's going to find out very, very soon when Gigaruga here does go in to the third age. Just not seeing it just yet. Gigaruga here, just 2/3 of the way on for the age up. Going to be going for the Jesuits. Going to have 2 cards available when he does get into the second age. Couple of Gascania here. Just going to keep in base. And I'm pretty sure Testo knows what's up. He is going to start to retreat back, so he's probably aware that there isn't really much in his base, so he can probably safely assume that there is going to be some kind of third age up coming on here. We do actually see foreign logging now coming in. So there we go. That's that greedier option, going foreign logging a little bit later. And I would probably advise maybe going 700 coin next, potentially, seeing as you probably want to think about going to third age, but you can play a good second age as India. It's possible. Can you defeat Ethiopia's third age composition in the second age for India? I'm not too sure. But unfortunately, these sepoys haven't really done a great deal. He is going to actually be taking the native TP here. We do have all units cost 5% less coin. We have unit HP upgrades. And of course, we have the good old Hanseatic League here, which is where you get 4 torps. So it's a very, very good option to go for. And he's going to be getting that too. He's really going greedy here. Foreign logging. We've got the torps coming in as well now. So his eco is looking mighty fine. 36 villagers versus only 17 for Gigaruga. So he's going to have to do something here. He's got his elite Gascania now, all upgraded, ready to go. And he's got his Sebastopol on the way now. So he went for 9 Gascania, now going for the Sebastopol. And he's going to go for like a Musk Falk. It's an African-style Musk Falk, ladies and gents. We're going to be seeing it in action. And coming in behind that is going to be 8 semi-fattened cattle. So that's just going to really help with being able to sell it. Also getting influence from the cattle as well. But you can also sell them if you need to. Can be very, very handy if you need that those extra resources. He is going to get cut off here. This is actually going to be problematic for Testo here. Going to be losing those sepoys, not even attacking any of the Gascania. Going to try and make the effort to deal with the Explorer, and it does go down. But yeah, he's going to be losing pretty much all of his sepoy here. Not too sure what they're doing, but yeah, it looks like they are going to be just going down here. Pretty big oof for Testo. Is now going for the third age, though. Has had the time to do it. Didn't even go 700 coins, so had the eco to to go ahead and get that age up on. And he's going to be training in some Gurkhas here, which is probably going to be needed considering all of this. He needs sea jellies. 100%. He now knows the Sebastopol is here. Testo here needs to get that age up on. He's looking pretty comfortable. He does have a card available, so he's immediately going to have to be shipping those sea jellies. So he's going to want to make sure that he's got the food available. He is going for the Tower of Victory, so going to get a nice wood shipment. And also, remember, you get the ability to temporarily increase the attack, HP, and speed of your units. So hopefully he can use that in his defense. He's getting rid of the Ottomans. He's actually he's getting the he's getting the 3 cav units, and now he's going to be getting the disciplined Gurkha here. The Urumi are coming out pretty decent, I would say. There's a lot of infantry here for him to deal with, so the Urumi are going to tear through that, so it's going to be quite nice. He just needs to hold. He's absolutely fine at the moment. He's chilling. He's been chilling right now. He's only lost a market and a TP. It's not the end of the world. He needs sea jellies. I'm very surprised that he went for Urumi rather than sea jellies here to deal with these Sebastopol. We're seeing some Neftenia now, so we've got Skirm Musk with the Sebastopol here. And these Urumi are going to be going in here. Quite scary. Perfect timing, though. Sebastopol is not really focused on the Urumi at all. And they're going to actually be able to get on top of the Neftenia here. Gurkha's going to try and see what they can do. And the Urumi here, not doing a terrible job, but the nice split of the Neftenia here. And oh dearie me, we've got some Uromo warriors here. Some heavy cav units. There's going to be quite a problem now for Testo, I would say. He's got nothing really to deal with this. He is going for the Brits. He's going to have to pull out the irregulars from the TC to try and hold off against the cav. And he does still have his sort of, you could call it a god power, but it's a wonder power. He does still have that available. He can use it. And look at his eco, though. 1,700 food. It's kind of crazy. He probably needs to get some boats over to the whales. He's got whales here. Let's start to move over to the belugas, and we can start to sort out the macro a little bit. We've got a lot of coin, and I think a lot of coin was there. A lot of food was sold there, sorry, for some coin. Hey, Abdu. How you doing, man? Widgie, AOM. What's that? AOM Remimnans. Not too sure what that means. But Abdu, welcome. How are you? Yes, we're not doing AOM today. This is AoE 3. We're back to my roots. We're going to be casting a few AoE 3 games. So if you find AoE 3 interesting, then stick around. We are looking at some of the higher level players currently playing on the ranked ladder right now. We have Testo versus Giga Ruga here. And we are finally going to see some Zambaraks. And the good old Zam Gurkha composition is going to start happening here for Testo. Now, Giga is actually going for the Iusu reforms here. So going to really improve all the villager gather rates. I'm not too sure why, though. He's only got 25 villagers. Is it worth it? Testo, on the other hand, 55 gatherers in total. I don't know if that's worth it. I'd maybe think about potentially going, I mean, Shotzels would be difficult. Maybe going Senna here. Got 1,000 influence. Could go big Senna shipment. That would be quite nice. Very, very nice there. Could go for that. Could sort of a great sort of tanky unit. We've got some Neftenia in here. Gascenia mainly. But yeah, it's pretty much all Neftenia here, you can see. A couple of the Uromo warriors being annoying here. Trying to see what they can do. Man, the voice acting is something to behold in this, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Terrible voice acting. That's way better. Yeah, it's not the best quality. A little bit embarrassing, but this is more embarrassing for Gigaruga here. Lots of Gurkhas here, very, very scary. Going to be descending upon the front TC here, or the forward TC from Gigaruga. Do see a lot of Zambaraks coming in. He has a lot of eco behind him. We can see the score difference, 4K score difference at the moment. Further Zams coming in. British East India Company coming in as well now. Gurkha damage and HP of 10%. Very, very nice. Remember, the British East India Company doesn't just help your sepoys. I always think, for me, it helps my sepoys, but it's not just your sepoys, ladies and gents. It's your sepoy, your SOA, and your Gurkha. It's going to be working out there for you. Be interesting to see how this engagement goes. So, comparing the Neftenya to the Gurkha then. Neftenya have a little bit more HP. However, that upgrade, boom, brings the HP of the Gurkhas up to 175. Going to be able to tussle quite well here. And they've got a little bit more movement speed as well. 4.4 movement speed versus only 4. Able to chase down these Neftenya. We've got some reinforcing Gurkhas coming in now as well. It's looking pretty decent here for Testo. It's just the eco is off the chain. Going on water is kind of crazy. We do see an expansion on the top here. He's got the torps, as I mentioned. And now he's going to be going for some good old Mahouts. The Mahouts are going to be key. Very, very key. We've got to be careful here, though. Elite Shottle Warriors coming in. Cav units. Hopefully the Zams can shut them down. Seems to be doing a pretty good job here. Zams aren't amazing. They do need a few upgrades sometimes to be effective. And the Shottle's actually doing some decent trades here, to be honest. Clearing up a lot of those Gurkhas, but there's still a lot of Zams on the back line. And what do we see? These Mahouts are going to be the absolute killer here. You watch these Mahouts, they're going to absolutely do some decent work here. Some Redcoats on the north side here, harassing. I like that. And, yeah, here we go. Big old Mahouts, they're going to be doing some work. There hasn't really got any kind of anti-cav here to deal with this. It's going to be very scary. And he just needs to get the snare on it, and he's all good. He's all good. And it's going to be a GG at that point, I think, at this point. We do see long lines coming in. Further upgrades on the water. I mean, what have we got? We've got 15 boats on the water. Looking pretty good. The water was a nice choice here. 5k score lead. Looking very good. Probably potential. Could go for a age 4 if you wanted to, but don't think there's any real need. Gigaruga here has got the maxed out livestock value, ladies and gents. Make sure to never let it get to this point, because always try and use up your max value. If you're maxed like this, try and sell a cattle, because otherwise it's just dead money sat at the livestock. So, you know, he's got 6 Zebu cattle here. Let's try and sell one of those maybe. They are generating a lot of influence, but the influence isn't being used. We've got options here. We've got Senna potentially, but that is pretty much it. So it's looking a little rough here for Gigaruga. I like the Redcoat play, though, being annoying on the northeast side of the map. Very, very nice. Yeah, we're going to see a big old push here. Look at these units. We're nearly maxed out, I think, right? Yeah, 170, looking pretty good. We are now also going to get elephant combat in. Oh, Lord. 20%. Here we go, ladies and gents. A lot of Shottle Warriors. However, there's a lot of Zams. And does he have the Zam? He does have this. You want to go Desert Terror here, maybe. That would be really good to really help with the Shottles. And a couple of hills going down there. Yeah, he wants to be careful with these Shottles, though. Definitely don't want to be drag boxing too much. I mean, drag boxing like that's fine, but drag boxing in the front is not, because those Zams are just going to be everywhere. I'll just stick the elephants in. They've got 1300 HP. Just get them on the front line. Zams can just easily deal with the Shottles here. It's absolutely fine. There's no worry. Don't worry about it. There's only a couple of Shottles. Clear it up, and there's the GG, ladies and gents. There it is. Beautiful. There it is. So, what do we learn from that? This is always a learning experience as well. What do we learn from watching this? Well, definitely taking the water was a fantastic play. early on. Went very, very greedy, to be fair. Testo wasn't really punished too much for going greedy. I think the fast fortress and the timing of the fast fortress was a little slow, maybe. I was expecting there to be more units doing more damage at the front gates, but we didn't really, unfortunately, we didn't really see that. And it meant that Testo got the opportunity to get into the third age, and that was the problem. If they were pressing a lot earlier, then it could have been possible. I think Testo had a feeling that probably was expecting a rush or some kind of age 2 pressure, because we had the Agrafor in the defensive play here. Going Tower of Victory makes sense because it gives you a lot of wood. That helps because you're on water, so you can get more boats, and it also means you can get upgrades in with the wood, because generally with India, your unit upgrades cost you wood and gold, and wood is the slowest resource to gather in the game. So going for Tower of Victory meant that you could get yourself 800 wood. So it's pretty darn good as well. And yeah, just really good timing. I was very surprised of the Urumi shipment as the first shipment in the third age, though. I don't know about that. I think going the sea jellies was probably better to deal with the Sebastopol. I don't know how much value the Urumis actually got there, but maybe it was the better decision. But that was kind of strange. But yeah, just had the eco game the whole time, and looks like he wasn't punished too much for going how greedy he went, if that makes sense. We can see the economy here, 37k to 25, and the age up wasn't too bad. Let's see, there was 7 minutes 42 to 10:42. There's a whole 3 minutes of time that we could have seen some kind of punishment in those 3 minutes, but there wasn't a great deal that happened, and it meant that Testo there ran away with the eco advantage.